So, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special series. Today marks 3 years of the channel, 3 years that Gib TV has been gracing your screen. So I thought for this special occasion we're going to have to do an absolutely special trip. So today we're going to be heading off to Canada, to a place called St John's in Newfoundland, and I am very excited for this trip. I have never ever been to Canada before, and it's the first time on the channel. We are heading transatlantic. We will be taking the world's shortest transatlantic flight from Gatwick to St John's. Should take us about 4 to 4.5 hours to go from London to Canada, so I'm really excited for this trip. But first of all, we need to make our way to Malaga. So we're going to go to Malaga first, where we've got a flight with EasyJet up to London Gatwick. We've got a 2-hour layover in Gatwick, and then we're going to head over to Canada. So really excited for this, guys. Come join me on what's going to be an absolutely epic journey. Come on. So it's just gone 10 o'clock as we leave Gibraltar, and we're in a bit of a rush as always to meet our BlaBlaCar driver, and we're held up by a plane taking off. But we've met the driver and we're on our way up to Malaga. Now, the drive cost us about €10, which is about £8 sterling, and he was a bit of a crazy driver, so he did the trip in 1 hour, La Linea to Malaga Airport. But now we're in for a bit of a wait, as our flight doesn't leave until 6 o'clock in the morning. So I make myself comfortable here at Malaga Airport, and as it's so quiet, it's quite easy to film the airport in the evening. But we soon kill the hours, and it's time to board our flight, our first flight of the day, to London Gatwick. As everyone queues up, it was quite a full flight, and I think this is the commuter flight between Malaga and London. It leaves at 6 o'clock here and gets into London at 7:30. So if you've got work, you can make it in the office by 9 o'clock. As we can see, I didn't get a window seat. I got an aisle seat, so luckily for me, the geezer next to me fell asleep. So it's a very good morning from me here at Gatwick Airport for our second flight of the day from here to St John's in Newfoundland. Now, it was quite an uneventful journey from Gibraltar to Malaga and then Malaga to London. It was all done in the pitch black, in the dead of night, so I didn't get too many good shots, and as I said, it was quite a boring journey. So yeah, we're all checked in now for our flight to Canada. I've had quite a touch. I've got an exit seat and a window, so they've been very accommodating. So yeah, so far so good. Some good impressions of WestJet. But what we're going to do now is just have our last cigarette, then we'll make our way through to departures, and let's head up over to Canada. Come on, guys. So time seems to have passed by rather rapidly as we are called down to our gate, and we make our way to the plane. Now it is a very small plane that's taken us over to St John's today, very typically used for European flights or short haul, but this is quite a short haul flight at only 4 hours and 40 minutes. So there's the exit row, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look on the map, and we're going to see our route. It's going to take us over the southwest of the UK, southwest of Ireland, and directly across the Atlantic Ocean. So expecting a very quick flight.
Survenir sans avertissement. Nous vous recommandons de garder votre ceinture bouclée en tout temps, même lorsque les voyants des ceintures sont éteints. En cas d'urgence, vous entendrez une commande vous demandant de prendre votre position de protection. Consultez votre carte des mesures de sécurité pour connaître votre position de protection.
So there we are, guys. We are waiting to take off from a very cloudy Gatwick Airport today. Now, I'm not a big fan of flying long haul, so that's one of the main reasons I've chosen this route to cross the Atlantic today. it is a very short stop, and it's very economical as well. I'll explain more about the price of the holiday during the course of the series. As we can see here, we can see a British Airways flight getting ready to take off, as it is now our turn to depart. So let's get ready to bolt it down the runway. Now I've got to say, Gatwick was quite busy today. Maybe people are going away for the week. We know the summer season is here now, so a lot of people going to Europe. I don't think this route is as popular as most destinations, say Gatwick to Ibiza or Gatwick to Mallorca, or some of the Greek or Spanish islands. But nevertheless, this flight goes 3 to 4 times a week from Gatwick, and maybe we're going to discover a hidden gem. As I say, I love adventures, so let's see what this week's got planned for us. But here we are, hurtling down the runway at impressive speed as we leave West Sussex behind us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to explore the plane a bit once we're up in the air. As I say, I've got an emergency exit row to myself, so I'm going to make the most of that. As we can see, the beautiful English countryside there in the distance, and before we know it, we're up into those dark clouds. But now it's time to make myself a little bit comfortable for this 4-hour 40-minute flight to St John's. What we're going to do now is we're going to get some blankets. You get a couple of free blankets on this flight. So let's go and make an improvised flatbed. It's very rare to be able to get an exit row seat window, let alone to have it all to yourself. And the rest of the plane was pretty packed, so I could see people looking at me in very jealous ways, but it's luck of the draw really, isn't it? So let's set up this little flatbed, and we're going to get a meal on board in a bit as well, so we'll wait for that to come round. As I say, we've got some more blankets. You can find them under the seat and on top of the seat as well. And I am feeling proper jammy at this point. So it's time to make myself comfortable. I've got my phone chargers out there, so we can charge the camera, we can charge the phone, we stick our headphones in as well. Proper luxury. My own private jet experience on a commercial plane. One day, guys, one day. There we are. I've even got 3 copies of the newspaper. One standard. I think the other one is the Eye. Yes, it is. It's the Eye. Eye for too intelligent for me. And then, of course, the final one is the New York Times, because we are going to North America. So let's lay ourselves down as we wait for lunch to be served, and let's take a look at our flight map today. So we are halfway. We're very close to the ridge that separates the North American plate and the Eurasian tectonic plate, and that demarks in the Atlantic Ocean where you are geographically. So we're still in Europe, but very fast approaching North American waters. So let's get ready for arrival. We're still waiting on lunch, but before lunch we are giving out our declaration cards that need to be filled out and handed to immigration upon arrival into Canada. But once this is filled out, food arrives. We've got ourselves a nice Canadian drink there, along with a fresh salad, a weird looking bun, but a nice hot meal. We've got a chocolate cookie there as well. We've got some dressing. Let's take a closer look at what we've got to eat today. So as we open it, is very hot, and there we are. It's chicken, potatoes and some veg there. So to be honest with you, it was actually really nice. Very nice lunch, and you get this complimentary on the flight over from London Gatwick to St John's. If you're travelling domestically with WestJet or on a shorter flight, you would be expected to pay for drinks and snacks. So I grabbed the menu and just scanned down, and I wanted to show you all how much things do cost on here. If you are not on a transatlantic flight, you don't get the complimentary service. So there we are. You've got to remember these prices are in Canadian dollars. That's about half of what British sterling is worth. And we can see an iceberg down there. absolutely fantastic. Don't need to do the boat trip now. We've seen the iceberg from the plane. But here we are coming into land. This is the first we are seeing of Canada as we are on the approach to St John's Airport. And we can start seeing the forests below us and those typically large Canadian houses below. So here we are, we're just about to touch down on the ground here. And that was a very, very enjoyable flight. I highly recommend that transatlantic crossing.
And welcome to St. John's. The local time is 12:35 in the afternoon. As we taxi into the gate, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and carry on baggage stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. You may now connect your personal electronic device to a network. Guests requiring assistance with deplaning are asked to remain seated until all other guests have deplaned, at which time we'll be happy to assist you. If you have any questions about connecting flights or baggage, please speak to a WestJet agent inside the terminal. A reminder that smoking is only permitted in designated areas. On behalf of the crew, thank you for choosing WestJet. We look forward to seeing you on board again soon. Thank you and have a great day.
So guys, here we are. We've made it. We're in Canada. After a very intense questioning session by the border guards behind me, they decided to grant me entry. So we are here. The temperature right now is about 13 degrees. Quite chilly, although at least the sun is shining, the sky is almost blue. So yeah, fantastic flight. I really enjoyed it. I had the exit rows to myself. My hair's a bit of a mess. Had the exit rows to myself, which was fantastic, so I could have a proper lay down. Food was decent actually. It's one of the best airplane foods I've ever had. And yeah, just a lovely 4 hour and 40-minute flight from London Gatwick to here in St John's. So come on guys, let's go and find our accommodation and let's get checked in. So it was a $30 taxi ride from the airport to my apartment, which I booked on booking.com, and we're just outside the apartment and just taking in the scenery around. So guys, we've made it to the accommodation and I'm absolutely blown away by the beauty of this area, the natural surroundings. It's so green, it's so lush, there's trees I've never seen before. I really feel like I am in the middle of North America when really I'm just on the edge. But yeah, what an absolutely gorgeous neighbourhood. But let's do the bit we want to see. Come on guys, let's go and take a look at the apartment. Come on. So the apartment we're staying in is a basement flat attached to the house on the left hand side. But let's just take a look at some of the houses in this neighbourhood, and at the end of the garden here there's even a river as well flowing through. So really natural surroundings, but still in the metropolitan area of St John's. Only 10 minutes drive from the airport and a 15-minute ride on the bus to the city centre. So let's make our way downstairs. As I said, it is a basement flat, and I think you're all going to be impressed with this. This was absolutely perfect for me. So there is a lounge area here with a couple of sofas and a TV as well, which we're going to show you now. There were a couple of TVs in this apartment actually, so really good for me. I do like to watch TV before I go to bed, so nice to have one in the bedroom as well in the evenings to sit in the lounge area and use that television there. But you also get a fully equipped kitchen area there with microwave, toaster, fridge, all the amenities you need. Got a little dining table there. I don't think this place is adequate for more than 2 people, so yeah, perfect for me anyway. Lots of space for me, and we've got a lovely modern shower there, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's make our way into the main bedroom. Let's turn the lights on here and look at this massive bed. It was so comfortable, all very fluffy, and yeah, I really could not complain or fault this place at all. And of course you can see the television there for the bedroom as well. So let's just make our way through the house in the reverse as we came in. And yeah, very, very happy with this, guys. Absolutely fantastic. What we're going to do now is we're going to cross the road. So there's a little park, and we're going to make our way to try and find the cash machine. But let's just take in some of this local scenery that is so close to the apartment. Wow, what an incredible day this has turned out to be. The gaff is absolutely fantastic. I'm next to this absolutely splendid, beautiful natural park here. So the plan now, I need some money. I need some Canadian money. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this walk through this park. So natural, so beautiful. I mean, I had looked at the place on Google Maps before I arrived, but I really didn't expect it to be this open. So yeah, it's a real treat, an absolute real treat. But as I said, what we've got to do now is we need to go through the park. Let's hope we don't stumble across any bears, and that's not a joke, we're in Canada. I think there's two species here. You've got the black bear and you've got the polar bear, but hopefully it's a bit too warm for the polar bears. So yeah, let's make our way through the park and let's find an ATM, let's get some money. We'll be able to start the holiday properly then. Come on, guys. Can you hear the gunshots in the background there? We really are in rural North America. God knows what they're shooting. Hopefully bears. I wish I didn't even put that in my mind now. I'm going past all these trees and canapes looking like, do you reckon there's a bear in there? Do you reckon it's just about to maul me? Is this going to be my last video? Is it going to happen while I'm talking to the camera, and is the bear going to come behind me and rip my neck out? Not worth thinking about, to be honest, but such a stunning place. And even the birds here, the bird song that I can hear. I'm familiar with most birds in Europe, but not very good with my North American birds. It's just so lovely to be somewhere so different. It's good to break the routine, I think. But come on, guys, I'm actually starting to get a bit warm. So let's hope we find this cash point soon. Come on, guys. So you're telling me there's no bears living here in this dense forest behind me? I mean, I did do a little bit of research, and yes, there are bears in this area. Although, because we are in a metropolitan area, they are very rarely seen. Come on, guys. Let's hope we make it through this trip. Fucking hell, something did fly at me. Oh, it's a butterfly. Oh, it's landing on me, let me... Oh, too much nature, too much nature. Get me on a train, get me on a metro. So one side of this park does lead out to a Walmart, and I've got to say I did frequent the local Walmart daily here, and it was absolutely massive. So guys, I did manage to find an ATM in this little industrial park here, the Royal Bank of Canada. Now, they wouldn't let me take out as much as I wanted to. They've got a cap on the machines, and they only let you take out $400 at a time. I wanted to withdraw all my spending money, which would have been double that. So, yeah, I'll have to come back tomorrow, and hopefully, because the ATM machine was in the bank rather, I didn't really want to film in there, so I would have filmed the process, because I think that's quite cool. You know, letting people know how much the machines charge, how much commission you should expect to pay. And I'll tell you, with the Royal Bank of Canada, I only paid $3 commission on the ATM, which is £1.50 to take out $400. You know, everywhere in Canada you're going to be charged for using an ATM, but so far that's been the best one. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to head back to the pad through Grizzly Park, Hopefully we make it out the other side. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day because, well, I've been up now for 32 hours. I woke up yesterday at 11 o'clock. It is now 3 o'clock here the following day. But back in Gibraltar, it's actually about 8 o'clock in the evening. So, yeah, coming up to 31 or 32 hours. I had a couple of hours of sleep on the plane. Well, going from Malaga to London, I didn't really sleep too well on the flight over to Canada. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an early one for me, guys. I may pop into town now quick and just stick my head about, have a little mooch. But, yeah, let's get back to the gaff first. Yeah, let's get back to the gaff and we'll go from there. Come on. Right, guys, I think that's it from me here today in St John's. It has been a really, really long 30 odd hours. So I think we're going to call it an early night tonight. Going to jump in my bed early, going to get a decent 10 hours sleep, and we'll be back tomorrow where we're going to do several videos from across the area. But from me here in this beautiful city, in this really impressive country, thank you for watching as always, guys, and I shall see you all on the next adventure.